Greetings, everybody. This is Leviathan here, and we did it again! World premiere, first person, as far as I can tell, because actually it's been pretty crazy with the Paragon and grinding, and people have been going nuts on the Diablo Immortal technical alpha. But I'm pretty sure we're the first ones here to be able to reveal to you the Gladiator Paragon Tree. A lot of people have been saying, oh, this one better be good. 101 Paragon points to get there. What kind of madness? It's been one hell of a grind, let me tell you. And I don't think it disappoints here. I think this is a pretty darn good one. So we've been spec'd out into Treasure Hunter, getting lots of experience. And I can finally reveal to you, if you don't know about Paragon Trees or you haven't been keeping up to date with Diablo Immortal Technical Alpha, check the video description on this video. I'm going to have a guide on the previous Paragon Tree that we talked about, Treasure Hunter. And in that one, we talk a little bit about Paragon Trees in general and sort of what goes into those. So it'll give you a bit of an overview of what we're about to talk about here. But I want to jump right into this one because it's pretty good. So we speculated that it would be about PvP because Gladiator kind of gets that feel, like, you know, the arenas and WoW and all that. And it's pretty much that. And there's some interesting things in here. So without further ado, one thing to keep in mind for a brief overview on Paragon Trees is the circles are the permanent attributes or fixes or things that you can get from the tree. So no matter if you have the tree equipped or not, essentially, if you specialize into that tree or not, you will benefit from the circle ones as long as you're putting points into them. And the square ones you will benefit from as long as you have that tree equipped. So when you're actually taking the Gladiator tree as your Paragon tree, you'll get these square benefits. All right, so without further ado, we start out with damage. Who doesn't like damage? 10 points here with 40 for each damage, so that's 400 total. Again, permanent attribute, pretty juicy, and you right off the bat you get to go in two directions. We'll start with the less interesting, which is just some defense rating here, plus 15 for each, so that's 300 defense rating here. It makes sense, right? You want more defense ratings so that you're harder to kill, part of the PvP process. You go up here, Uncontrollable. So this is all about how in PvP you're going to try to CC your opponent to slow them down or get them from jumping away from you, things like that. This will help against that. So when struck by an effect which causes loss of control of your character, you're immune for 30 seconds, or you are immune in a 30-second cooldown on this. So I wonder how long PvP fights are going to go. I imagine this is kind of like a one opportunity kind of thing here. It gets blown and then you probably won't get it back unless the fight, unless you somehow kite around and dodge around for a while. Seems like you're just going to get this one shot to avoid a crowd control and then hopefully just burst your opponent down or something. If you were to go up here and get this point, then the next thing you would go to would be armor penetration here. And armor pen's pretty good because that's going to allow you to obviously take down the armor of your opponent. And a nice hidden thing within armor penetration is that it actually gives you critical hit chance for like deeper into the armor pen that you go. So it's actually a very strong stat. And this here gives you a lot, 1000 armor pen, because it's 20 points plus 50 for each. That's really good. That's really good. This tree is nuts. Say you went with this defense rating, then we'll go on this side, and the next one is Trapper. I like this one a lot, actually. So it's 1 point into this. And then if you take it, when you drop below 30% life, you will lay a trap beneath your feet for every 5 yards traveled within 6 seconds. 240-second cooldown. So that's 4 minutes. You're not getting this one back in the fight. This is a one-time thing where basically if you get low on life, you're going to be able to run away and lay a trap. Now, it doesn't tell you what traps do. Doesn't give you much information beyond this, but I imagine it's going to be similar to the Demon Hunter actually has a skill called Knife Trap, and I think it will probably function like that, where basically it'll lay a thing, and then as someone runs over it, it'll activate and boom, do some damage to them. So while basically they're going to see you low on life, they're going to chase you, you're going to run away, this will activate, and then suddenly they're taking tons of damage while chasing you, maybe to their death, and that way you'll be able to win the fight while you run away on low life. So that could be pretty cool. No matter what, both of these branch into Quick Witted here. And there's 1 point that you put in here. It reduces the duration of loss of control effects against you by 10%. So this is basically for after you proc Uncontrollable, right? So you're going to essentially negate a crowd control the first time that you get struck by one. And then the next time it'll be 10% less of a control. So if you're gonna get stunned for 3 seconds, this will take 0.3 of that away or something, you know. So you know, maybe that will be a difference maker if your friend can save you or something, but it's something. I don't know. It's worth, I suppose, when you're going into the PvP tree. Next up, offense rating. Who doesn't love some good offense rating? This is going to be what helps you defeat your opponent's defense rating. So it's sort of the yin and the yang there. The more offense rating you have, then the more effective your attacks will be against somebody with high defense rating. So you want to essentially surmount their defense rating with your offense rating. So 20 points here, 15 per, so that's 300 total if you go fully into that. From here, you can go a number of places. Rapid recovery, it reduces the cooldowns of Trapper and Uncontrollable by 10 seconds. So that's the help for, again, Trapper. 10 seconds off of 240 isn't really doing anything for you, so, you know, that's not going to really matter. But in this case, for Uncontrollable, that actually could be quite significant, because that takes a third of that away. So now it's a 20-second cooldown, and that can definitely pop up again in a fight if you're trying to like prolong that fight a little bit and survive. So I think you're more happy to see that for Uncontrollable than Trapper. The next on this list here, if you were to go this middle route instead, you get Strength. This is actually quite a bit of strength. If you max this out, that's 250 strength, and that's a main stat. It's the main stat for Demon Hunter, Barb, and Monk in the technical alpha right now, and the main stat for Wizards is Intelligence. So it's kind of weird that this is specifically on this tree, because does it change? Like, am I seeing strength because I'm a Demon Hunter? Will it change to Intelligence if I'm a Wizard? Or will Wizards just want to take strength? What you do get here, even if you are a Wizard, is offense and defense rating, because it converts every main stat gives you that, but you won't get like extra damage or anything from it like you would as a DH or a Monk or a Barb. So kind of an interesting one to just have exclusively on the tree, but maybe again it is one of those where you see the stat for the class that you are, like the main stat for the class you are. I guess if anyone else gets to this tree and is a Wizard, let us know and we'll take a look at that. Last but not least on the tree, Cheat Death. Of course, you get to cheat death. 1 point in here. Fatal attacks from players instead reduce you to 1 life and make you immune to stuns for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, you recover to 60% life. It has a 120 second cooldown. And then cooldown spelled wrong, but that's okay. So that's a 2-minute cooldown, kind of similar to in D3 right now. And so you get reduced to 1 life instead of dying. You're immune to stuns for 3 seconds, so it basically gives you a chance to run away if they're going to try to like combo you into a CC to keep you in place and finish you off. And then if you can survive for the 3 seconds that you're immune to those stuns, then you'll recover to 60% of your life, and so that kind of gets you back in the fight. Maybe you can turn the tide and fight your opponent. So really cool PvP. Now, they've said that PvP in Diablo Immortal isn't going to be like a super codified thing. They're not trying to make it an esport or anything like that. But there's a whole tree here, so obviously there's something going on. Right now, the only PvP in the game is the arena in the Bilefen zone, where whenever you, every 3 hours in the server, a chest will spawn. You have to fight a boss, but then any other players that are there also become eligible to be fought as well. If they're in a party with you, then you as a party can defeat the other players. But if it's just everybody 1v1v1 free for all, then you got to fight them to the death to be able to open that chest. And you want to do that because the chest contains a guaranteed legendary in there, and legendaries are very hard to come by in Diablo Immortal. So it's a pretty sweet event. People like set their schedules around it and try to get there early and party up and, you know, get allies and stuff. So right now on the NA server, on this sort of like more content creator and Blizzard employee server, it's not as many people, so the fights don't get too crazy. But I've heard on the Australia server is bloodbath, bloodthirst. It's pretty nutty over there. I've heard someone was telling me there's like been rounds of like 25 plus players, so it's like that would be 6 teams of 4 at least. That sounds crazy. I'd love to see some footage of that if anyone has it. But yeah, hop into the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Gladiator tree here. I'm pretty excited to be able to share it with you. Seems really good, even if you just take the passive benefits here. Like a ton of damage, a ton of armor pen. This armor pen is nuts. Offense rating as well, so it's like some really good stuff even for just PvE, and making your character stronger. But yeah, really enjoying Immortal. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. There's going to be more of it, so subscribe to the channel. Check out the stream. You can see right over on the right side there. It's twitch.tv/Leviathan111. We're doing daily Diablo Immortal content streams and all sorts of other good stuff, so come and hang out with us, give us a follow. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. Adios for now.